Welcome back to another episode with Life and with Keish and Niche. And again, because I'm always the one that introduced the episode. We always gotta let Niche on the other hand introduce the topic. So what you got for us today, Niche?
So tonight we're gonna get into social media. I mean,
Yes.
just social media by itself. There's so many things that we can touch on with social media, but just social media in general, when it comes down to relationships, kids, like everything. Because I feel like social media is kind of like taking over our lives, and
Mm-hmm.
some people that's the first thing they go to when they get up. They gotta go scroll
Yeah,
Instagram, gotta scroll Facebook, gotta scroll Twitter,
I
and
saw that.
and there's so much stuff on there that's fake. Like people just put
True.
what they want you to see on there. People don't put
Mm-hmm.
the real, and it's not how it was before social media. Like now everything is just out there. Everybody's business, celebrities, or the everyday people. Everybody's business is just out there for the world to see and judge and have their own opinions on. And like I said,
Yeah, girl, but some of them need it.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, even with the AI, the whole AI
We
phenomenon
need to see what's
now, it's
going
like,
on.
yeah, you don't know what's real, what's not real these days. So, and
Yeah,
it's like an addiction almost. It's almost as bad as being
it
on
really
drugs
is.
or
Yeah.
alcohol. Like that social media is crazy. So we're gonna get into that tonight.
Yeah, so I gotta start off the topic or see what key starts. So anyway,
Yeah.
first of all, I want to talk about social media because we hit a little bit about that about my kids. Okay, so I
Mhm.
want to talk about the kids version of it. Okay, then we can go into the dog because you gotta do little baby steps.
Mhm.
Okay, first of all, my kids not on social media. Okay, I want to protect their identity. I want to protect their brains.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't want social media raising my kids. I don't.
Mhm.
I'm old school. I look young. I know I'm cute and all that. All that. I got the whole package. But at the same time, I really am old school. Like I can't stand them damn Chromebooks they be bringing home for remote school.
Girl.
I can't stand the YouTube crap like them little kids that
Mhm.
have adult
Mhm.
little things and they doing adult things and you be trying to have them like for like I don't know throwing something out there Peppa Pig little Caillou or whatever even like Sesame Street or whatever all of them they be having them do crazy stuff
Mhm.
that you don't want your kids to know about and not be damn if I have social media raising my kids who I
Mhm.
brought in who I done pushed out and created. I don't want that. So that also go back to the little thing we talked about earlier about that mom and daughter bond. I want to be able to be that person to teach them what I want them to know. Now I'm not saying that they're not going to know, like you said earlier too, about when they go to school and stuff like that. But I want them to come to me and I will break it down the right way because, like you said, with social media, shit be lies. It
Mhm.
be twisted up. It be
Mhm.
having you believe stuff. And social media is dangerous, especially
It
for
is.
kids because a lot of kids did suicide.
Mhm.
A lot of kids,
Yeah, cyberbullying is a big thing.
yes,
That's
do
an
a lot of
issue.
that crap. And
Mhm.
I don't mean to call it crap because that stuff is real, but at the same time, I protect mine, okay? And I don't let them be on, like for example, my daughter has her own phone, okay?
Mhm.
Now, she has her own phone, but you best believe that parent family little app is on there.
I
So I
know that's right.
control what she can have on there, what she can have access to.
Mhm.
Now, she don't like it sometimes, but at the end of the day, she don't have to like it because I'm the parent.
Exactly. And you
You
paying
know
for
what
the
I'm
phone,
saying?
so
Okay, you pay this phone bill. Like, what are you doing? So no, you cannot have X, Y, and Z on there because I don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
Even with books, like even not even with social media, because I saw it was actually a court law case that they had about a book that had sexual contact and stuff in it, and for and they brought it to, in the court system, and it was saying like how they should get rid of that book and this and then the third. So even with that, I'm figuring out what kind of book you reading. Okay,
Mhm.
I gotta read first before you even read it because I gotta see what's going on.
Mhm.
I'm gonna flip through them pages. I'm gonna see if we got any type of crazy content because I did that at the library because we was going to the library and we did some, and it was for age 10, but it had some sexual stuff in it. I said,
Mm-mm.
and all that stuff go through parenting and how you parent, because if you let your kids do X, Y, and Z, what the hell they want to do, then again, social media, books, and all that type of stuff is help raising your kid. And I don't play that. My girls don't even know they don't even know nothing. Like, they really don't. I mean, I ain't ready for them to know that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not about to be telling them what's going on until, it's time. And like, they ask me all the time, where babies come from? Yeah, a special seed from your dad. That's it. It was planted. Like, that's all they know. Like, they don't know all details. They don't even know all that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. So for social media to come in and be like, this is how it's work. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, call me strict, call me whatever, but that's why my kids are good how they are, because even like these kids, some of them even go to school cursing. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't use profanity, and not even touching on the situation that you told me. I'm talking about because my daughter was telling me even on the bus, like, and in her school they would be using profanity and stuff like that, and yeah. I use profanity, but my kids know they can't say those words. So you just gotta have those boundaries set, and I don't want my kids growing up, running all over me like out of control. So,
Exactly.
and yeah, that's why I am so strict of social media, what they can see and what they can't see. And if I don't approve of it, they know they can't go on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you got to say about
I
that
don't
part?
even. I about to say I don't even look at it as you being strict. I mean, I feel like it's something that needs to be done because
Hmm.
of how social media is these days.
Well,
You know,
kids, they call it strict, girl,
I mean, of course, because you're restricting them from doing something that they want
Right,
to
right,
do, but they're not seeing the bigger picture of why
right.
you're doing it. They're
Hmm.
just seeing that, oh, mom's not letting me do such and such, but they're not getting that they could learn stuff from social media that you don't want them to learn. Like you said, you want them
Correct.
to come to you. You don't want them to go to there. And a
Mhm.
lot of stuff on there isn't real. It's like I said, people put on there what they want you to see about their lives. They put lies on there. They make up stuff. And like I was
Mhm.
just saying at the beginning with AI, you don't even know what's real and what's fake now because
Right.
it's easy to go in AI and make up. You could fabricate pictures, all kinds of stories,
And
and
that's another reason why I don't have them on social media, like,
yeah,
because people can take their identity,
that
and use
too.
it for something else. They could be overseas somewhere, you don't know.
Mhm.
They come
Not
back to the
only
U.S.
that,
and be like,
I
"What's
mean,
going
not
on?"
only that, it's easier to, for kids these days to become victim to predators and stuff
True.
too, slide
Yes, that
DMs and
part.
stuff. So it's a whole different world now than how we were growing up because we
It
didn't
was.
have, I mean, we
Hmm.
didn't have social media until we was teenagers. So by then we
Yeah.
were already kind of navigating. But you got 9, 10-year-olds. Like my son's school, they sent home a letter about social media at the beginning of the school year saying, they shouldn't even be on YouTube or anything until they're 13 years old. I feel like they could be a little older, but
Mm-hmm.
older than that so they can because their minds are not mentally capable of, you know, comprehending what they're being shown or what they're hearing.
Right.
They're not mature enough to understand that stuff. So it's like you're just copying stuff that you see or things that you
Yes.
hear, and it can steer you down the wrong path. And you don't even realize you're
Hmm.
going down a wrong path because you can't comprehend. You don't know the differences.
Exactly. I was going to say that because you don't know no better.
You think it's cool and stuff. So I
And
just,
part of the schools are the ones who introducing YouTube and all that kind of crap because they got those
the
books
Chrome,
on there. Like,
the
what is it,
Chromebook.
storyline online? Now,
Mm,
yeah, I get that and I like that type of thing because it's the celebrities reading stories and stuff like that. But if you on there and you're not paying attention and details of what your kids are doing,
mm-hmm.
those YouTube channels, you clicking on stuff can swing you over to that
Over into,
negativity
yep.
side, and then you start doing all type of crap. Then you start believing in what they saying and doing and all that type of stuff. And then there your kid thinking that that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're even scared. That's why I talk about the parenting part, because that is a bond that you need to have, because you need to be able to have those crazy, deep conversations. Yes, some of them are crazy because certain stuff shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you be like, you will look at it as an adult and you be like, this crap is crazy. And then, like, social media is raising people. And like you said, putting all that fake stuff in there. And it really goes into like that cyberbullying for the kids and the death, the suicidal stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really pay attention, and I make sure my kids are not on no type of crazy stuff, because I don't want them in that negative, in that dark space.
Yeah.
Because once you go in there, it's hard to get you out of it.
It's a rabbit hole. Like you
Yeah.
really just going down a rabbit hole, and it's so crazy because people go on Instagram, they might go live and stuff. Like even with when we were in the pandemic and stuff, and they was looting and stuff, people go on live showing looting and breaking into stores, and then you got other kids
Mm-hmm.
thinking that's cool, and then they want to do it too because
Mm-hmm.
they seen it on social
Until they
media.
get caught.
Yeah, and so they get caught, of course. But I mean, that's the thing. They think that is good because that's what they see, and they're like, "Oh, well, other people are doing this, so I should be able to do it too," or think that it's cool, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely, I feel like social media can be positive, but it's a lot of negative.
It is.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So like the kids shouldn't be on there. I don't
They
think
really shouldn't.
they shouldn't be on there. Yeah. And I feel like you said, it started really with the pandemic, with them, bringing them being homeschooled, bringing the Chromebook
Yeah.
and stuff. And they supposed to be on there doing a iReady or, whatever. And they on YouTube looking up whatever instead of
Because, like
actually
I
doing
said, most of those programs, most of those lessons are on YouTube, because that's where that's where the teachers go. They go right to them YouTube channel, put in like I don't know, math assignments or whatever. Now you can trust your kid to do the right thing, but if they get bored, where do you think they're gonna go? They're gonna go search it. Oh, let me search this up. Let me search that up, because they become curious.
I was just about to say that. They're naturally
They're
curious.
curious.
How
You
they
know
go
what I'm
down there.
saying?
That's how they end up down that rabbit hole, by being curious. Because like you said, they click, 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 and before you know it, they somewhere completely where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
Very easy to happen.
But that's where it comes from. You can't be just, okay, go ahead and do this and go ahead and do that, because even those pop-ups come up. They don't know what they're clicking on. They could be so innocent, and they're like, oh, let me click on this and see what's going on. And there's something else going on. You know what I'm saying? And most of these schools, for real, when they do have those laptops and they give it to them, most of that stuff is not blocked anyway.
It
Because
sure
there's a
ain't.
couple of times I went on there and I was like, can you block X, Y, and Z, like that Roblox crap?
Yes, because you feel like Roblox is supposed to be a kid's game, but then you go on YouTube, and even on YouTube Kids, everything isn't blocked. There's still
Right.
loopholes where they can get through stuff to watch stuff on
Mhm.
there, and that's
That's what
supposed to
I'm
be
saying.
censored, but it's not completely censored. There's loopholes, so it's like you can't really. They just shouldn't be on social media at
Yeah,
all at a
they
young
shouldn't.
age, because it can persuade, like you said, cyberbullying, kids committing suicide, and
Mhm.
like I was saying earlier, the predators and stuff. It's just so much that comes with being on social
And
media.
by you saying predators, that's what I heard too about the Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
You go on there
True.
and they're kids, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a kid game. And I'm like, what? First of all, I told my daughters anyway. I said, listen, y'all ain't playing that damn Roblox game, because I don't know. Because you know what that remind me of? Remember that Pokemon thing, the game? They
Mm-hmm.
was playing Pokemon, throwing that some of them was going so much into their phones that they was crossing the streets and stuff. You had to
Oh,
find
right, the
Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was getting ran over and all that type. That's what that
Yep.
remind me of.
Trying to find
They
Pokemon
don't be knowing all that backstory. That's why they gotta be
all
listening
the
to
time.
the adults.
I mean, it's true. It's so crazy. Yeah. And even like hearing just talk about them, you can hear them talking about different things in the chats and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And a lot of these kids are just too young. As I was saying, they minds aren't mentally mature enough to comprehend this stuff and to sort through what's bad and what's good. They just want to be on it because to them it's entertainment. Whether it's bad or good is entertainment in their eyes. And
Yes. And
like
I'm the parent, like, get a book.
yeah, get a book. But like you said, you gotta be careful with the books too,
Yeah,
because
that's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. An age
like
book, an age appropriate book. When they talking about, I don't know, what they had a little turtle. They had a little turtle, toad, or whatever. Remember that toad book? Then they had, I don't know, they got books out there that's actually nice and kid
yeah,
friendly.
Like I told my
You
son,
know, and I just
read some
want,
Goosebumps or Goosebumps and
yeah,
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Read that kind of stuff, kid friendly stuff.
yeah. And I'm just so old school, and I keep saying that because I'm still young, but I don't tolerate a lot of bull crap, and I just think about like when I was in school, like we didn't have all that internet crap. Yeah, we had MySpace and all that type of stuff, but we had to really go to like a library or something to get that. Cause we had no computer at home until we needed it. But that's when we was in high school. We had to, do research and make a essay and some whatever we was going. I was going to say summary, but it ain't no damn summary. But everything else, we had a book. We read that shit, and then we had a typewriter. we did not have we didn't even have a phone. I got my first phone, okay, and it was a flip when I went to college. I didn't have no phone in high school or nothing.
I did have one in high school. I got one at 16, but that was because I was working and I was able to afford it on my own. So
Yeah, see,
when I got my phone.
I didn't. First of all, it was hard for me to get a job. We didn't even get to that, but and I was applying and applying, but nobody want to hire me. But I had, but I did have, yeah, my first phone was in college. You got for kids like my daughter, yes, because I need her to have a phone so I can see what's going on, make sure she's safe and good. So it is a difference because again, this world is not how we grew up, where we can just go to school and come back home. You know, I need to know all my whereabouts and what's going on. So that's the reason why she got a phone, but not for no social media.
Right.
At all, because social media is really tricky.
It
and
is.
it's not tricky for us per se, but like you said, it's a lot of crap on there that you really gotta think about if you really want to look at it, if you want to believe it, and all that type of stuff. So,
And
yeah,
you even got some adults that believe stuff. So it's like you can't even expect the child to be able to decipher from what's real and what's fake when you got adults that's believing
true.
it's fake. It's hard. And for us, our generation was before, like we're the I guess the connection between the future and the past generations, because our
Hmm.
generation was before internet, before like we came into that and got to know it. Whereas
Hmm.
if it's someone who had children later in life, they probably don't even really understand social media where they can really monitor their child like we can. Like we're in that generation, like
Hmm.
we're right in the middle. Like I said, we were before social media and we were still young enough to grasp social media as it happening. So even with us having
Yeah,
our children now, we know what to look for and what not to look for.
exactly.
But if it's someone who was from, like the 60s, 70s, and they had their child later in life, they might not know how to navigate, you know what I mean?
And
Social
they don't.
media. Right. So that's
No,
where it
my girl,
comes
they
in.
don't.
Right. So that's where it comes in at, because again, you got your kids going to school with these kids. They got older parents and they ain't watching their kids. So then their kids is doing
Yes.
everything, and they still come to school teaching
That
you
damn
and
part.
showing your
And they
kids stuff.
got the young ones
It's
helping
hard.
raising them. Like, first of all, you shouldn't
Right.
have been handling them that damn old.
I
Or
mean,
maybe
they know their
like my
circumstances,
mom.
so I'm not going to judge. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just, that comes into
Well,
play.
I'm saying you should. That's.
Because it had
I'm
totally
saying
different, and it had. That's what I said. I don't know the circumstances to judge, but my point is that because we do have that does exist, that plays a part into it.
it.
All the kids, and then two-parent household where both parents is working, and then they may not
Right.
be able to be there to really monitor what their kids are doing, and that plays a part too. And in these generation with these kids now, you had ones like that may have some that was old when they were older, then you got some that had some when they were younger, so they trying to
Mhm.
be friends with their kids and stuff, and you're not really parenting in them. So they're doing whatever they want to do, and that's
That's
why
what I'm talking
it's
about.
chaos. Flash mobs, these teenagers out here doing any and everything now and jumping people and cursing. Like when I was coming up, we ain't cursed in front of adults.
And didn't.
We didn't.
We
They
was acting like,
whatever they
first of
want.
all, we was doing that behind our mom and them back.
Right.
We go to the store. Okay, first of all, you can't even go to the damn store. Okay, we talk about social media, but we talking about like how the world done changed
It
from
has.
back in the day to now. We used
Mhm.
to walk to the store. We used to be, just be sailing with the mouth.
Right. It was to be kids, and if we did do it, it was behind our parents' back, but it was
Yeah,
behind adults in general. We weren't out in the
Right,
open.
right.
Kids be walking down the street cursing. Like an adult, they
Yeah.
sitting right there, and then you can't say nothing to them because they just disrespectful. Like it's just a
And sometimes you got the damn adults cursing, and you be like, "Excuse me, like it's kids here,
right,
like
right."
be respectful."
So it's definitely a different time, but that's why it's so hard to navigate social media because there's so many different dynamics that go into it, and I'm over
Girl,
it.
let me tell you
Like
real quick.
I don't even get on there as much as I used to. Like I
I
take
was
a
going
break.
to say
I'll
that.
get on there and scroll a little bit, and then I get off because it's becoming too much. It's too overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much stuff on there, and like I said, there's a lot of negativity. It's more negativity on there than positivity. And I try
And
to
first of
follow
all,
pages and follow things that is positive, but you can't really escape the negativity. It's
you
because
can't. And also, like you said, I was never really on those social media. Yeah, I mean, they had Facebook or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, I was like, I don't want no damn social media because I'm like that myself. So that's why, I'm like that with my girls, but at the same time, I'm only on here for Life and with Keisha Niche. Like, that's the only way.
right.
Reason while I'm on here because we doing our podcast and we try to be on and popping. That's
Yes,
it.
and
You
even with
know?
that, like who for the ones that is followers and stuff, you see that we don't even post that often on
I
our
know, and we gotta get better.
so used to not being on there. Like we're trying to get used to being
Yeah, right.
on our media pages because, like I said, it's too much. Like
It is too much. But we appreciate y'all. Get on there for us because this is all positivity. Now, and this is our opinions, but at the end of the day, you do want to limit your social media, like what you think about and all that type of stuff. So that's what I was touching base on as far as an adult. I don't really go on it either, like at all.
Social media gave people power to have opinions behind a keyboard, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're able to have your opinion, but don't harass me about my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we don't
Buff and
agree.
tough, and then when you come in their face, they're like, "What?
Yeah,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that." It's right there.
yes, and then I don't like when people turn social media into their diary. They put in any and everything of their business on there, and then you get mad.
That's another thing.
You
I don't need everybody up in my business.
Action. Like,
right.
Put it out there if you don't like what people going to say.
Yeah.
Social
and
media,
then they get mad.
power to be able to say what they want to say. So if you don't like how they going to respond to it, don't put it out there in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Because you're going to get straight up offensive right then and there.
Because everybody don't think like you or move like you. So they're not going to take it the way you may be putting it out there. They may take it a different way. So if they don't respond the way you want them to, you can't get mad because you put it out there for them to respond that way.
Right.
Yes, I'm over all the, all the opinions, all the negativity of it. And like I said, that's why I don't be on there that much now because I'm just.
Girl, I don't even look at the news. Okay, that's negativity.
Yeah, and then every other day I feel like they're coming out with a new app for something. Like, how many social media different platforms do we need?
Well, so what's the newest one? Because I don't know nothing.
No, but I'm just saying, like we start off with MySpace.
Or changing the damn names.
With the Instagram, then we got Threads, and we got Twitter, and
right.
different, social medias, and then YouTube, because you can go live on here now, and TikTok, and what was the other one? Bigo. Like they always coming out with different.
What Bigo?
Yeah, Bigo. It was kind of like a not really like TikTok. I feel like TikTok Live kind of took from Bigo, but it was like a social where you can go live.
Well, they're supposed to be taking TikTok away too, I heard.
Yeah.
Because
I don't really watch TikTok like that. Like I really scaled back a lot from social media because, like I said, I feel like it's just becoming too much at this point.
Mm-hmm. But like we said, I'm only on here for Life and with Keisha Niche. Other than that, I never had no TikTok on there. I just made a TikTok, and I don't even got nothing on there.
I got a couple videos on mine, but they from probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like I'm only on here for this, like because we want to talk to our people, like.
Exactly.
But yeah, I definitely don't have it for, like okay. Social media back in the day, when we started off with the Facebook and the MySpace, remember MySpace and all that type of stuff.
And I like MySpace.
Huh?
That was more in my field.
Oh, what you feel? Definitely your little page and all that type of stuff.
You wasn't putting up videos and stuff. You just had like your favorite playlist of music and
with the little sparkles in the background blinking.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
simple
cool.
stuff.
But you really had that stuff building your relationships and having your friends from high school. So when y'all leave or whatever, y'all can still connect. But having them friends on there, they about to get deleted because they ain't even reach out, say hey, boo hoo. They just on there, just be on there. So
And that was the purpose of Facebook. When Facebook came out, that was supposed to be like an extension of MySpace to be able to, like you said, connect with your high school friends and family and stuff, and kind of stay close if you're, distance physically.
Yeah.
That was the purpose. But now the purpose is
we talking.
else. They be fact checking. Look, they be hating on us. We post our episodes. They say we violating. Like, how am I violating? Y'all put all kinds of stuff on there. Y'all be showing all kinds of boobs, but
yes,
everything. Y'all don't block that. But then I post my podcast episode and you won't block it, saying that
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, for real.
We I don't even know what the terminology they be saying, but anyway, they was saying something basically like we're promoting something that's not in the prescription or the rules and regulations. I'm like, what?
What is in there? Boobs and butt?
I know, right? That's what they want.
And
so they can
like, because that's all y'all, because y'all don't block that stuff.
And don't
play some music or something, then that's copyright. Like,
right?
Like, I don't understand.
So which one is it? Damn, can't even be us. We're lifing with Keisha. We just lifing.
Exactly. Talking about stuff that happens in life.
Yes, and most of it is about parenting and kids. Because that's what we are, a parent of kids. Right. Damn. I mean, and a wife, what a husband, okay? Everybody got that. Well, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Significant other.
Yeah, relationships, situationships.
Whatever. Yeah. Now, I don't know about no situationship because that ain't no situationship.
That's not thing. So I'm just saying.
Right, I know what you're saying. But yeah, I was just thinking about that part. But yeah, social media is a mess, okay? But like I said, I know I feel like a hypocrite, but I don't care.
Because we're not on there trying to be negative. We're talking about real life stuff. Like
right.
On every day. We're not trying to be, and we're not trying to be negative. We're being real because at the end of the day, we both come from different backgrounds and different upbringings, so we're going to have different perspectives on things.
And certain stuff we'll make a topic of it, and certain stuff I can't talk about. Like the episode when you was talking about like having a dad. Like I couldn't talk too much about that. So I was like, yeah, this is what I feel, and stuff like that. Right. But at the end of the day, like you said, we got two different backgrounds. We coming together, as Black women, a place for our Black community, and keeping it rolling. So, we just here. Making a difference, trying to make a difference in a positive way.
Yes, in a real but positive.
A little therapeutic at the same time, because you're gonna be listening to what we got going on. You might be going through the same thing, and you might learn from us on how we would do something different, and that might help you.
Right.
But and that's the positive social media that I would like to see. That type of stuff, not that negative stuff. But like you said, I'm not big on, social media. I'm not, like I said, I don't even watch the news. Like my husband is my news person. Like he'll tell me like, okay, they said X, Y, and Z and this and that and the third. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'll take it as he gave it to me, and I take it how I feel like I should move. Like, like the hurricane situation. I'm like, okay, we're going to be in this thing together. So we got to see how, we're going to do and how everything pans out.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go crazy like they used to when they be like, oh, this road gonna be closed and go ahead, hurry up and go get the food. Like they said last time. What they say about the food, it was gonna be some type of shortage, go get your food.
Yes, they was just buying up toilet paper, all buying up food and stuff all again. Like
stuff was still open.
And they were only on strike for a couple of days. I mean, which thankfully it was only for a couple of days, but it's just like you said, the news kind of drives things too. But look, that plays into social media too, because now the news channels, they got Facebook, Instagram, and they spread, they talking about it on the news, but then they putting that information on the media too. So then you got people going into a frenzy, like with the labormen and stuff going and buying up everything, and they were only on strike for a couple of days.
But yet they ain't did nothing with COVID. Did they tell us it was coming over here? Cause I don't know. I didn't look at the news. Okay, I mean I heard about it, but did they warn us? Did they say the damn world was going to get shut down like it did? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where did it come from? Okay, we ain't even gonna go into no politics or nothing like that because I ain't no politician, and I don't even really go into that details anyway because I don't really, But at the end of the day, all of that stuff is part of social media. So
Yes.
you either know the person and vote for them, or you don't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's up to you and how you make your decision. Don't let everybody, persuade you on anything. That's basically what social media is doing. It's
Mm-hmm.
persuading us, persuading. I said persuading, but persuading us to do something that they wish that they did with their, strong opinions.
Mm-hmm.
So you, like I said, believe
It
it or you
definitely
don't,
can
because
use
I
it
don't
to
believe
control
everything.
the masses. It's definitely a way to control the masses. So you just got to be able to think for yourself and move for yourself. Because
Mm-hmm.
if not, then you can easily be persuaded and guided by misinformation. Because they stay putting out stuff. Like I said, social media isn't real. It's not real
Right,
anymore.
right. It really isn't.
It's not.
Yep.
That's why I don't be on there. Like it's not a real place.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
just be on there for the positivity, motivation quotes.
yes, yes. And
How they talk about how us
I'll
women.
scroll a little bit and then I get right back off because I'm just like, it's been
That's
times where I've
it.
uninstalled the apps and just took a complete break from it completely,
Hmm.
not been on it at all, and that was good for my mental, for my sanity. So,
First of all, and not even social media, like even with the phone in general. Like I used to leave my phone over here, leave my phone over there, and
mhm,
then when I need it, I be like, "Babe, where my phone at? Call it."
mhm.
Because I don't like. I felt like,
Because I don't be on there, I'll leave it
yeah,
upstairs.
I felt like my phone didn't control me. Like it was one time, because everybody go through it. My phone bill wasn't paid or something for a long time. I don't even know,
Mhm,
and I didn't care about it. Did
mhm,
I? It's even when my phone was off or it broke. I think it might have broke, and I needed to call the people to get it shipped. I think that's what it was.
okay.
Um, and I ain't have it for a minute. I had to go through Robin Hood Born just to get the new phone, and then at that point, I was, you know what? I don't need no damn phone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think that's when I started like, I don't like, and I told myself, I'm like, this phone cannot control me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's how I felt, and I think that's what it's all a mental thing.
It is. And I think for us, it plays back into, again, because we came from the generation before phones and apps and internet and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
for
get
us,
tired
it
of
would
that
be
shit
easier
raining
to, yeah,
and
it's easier for us to navigate and go through life. And I can, like I said, I do that now. I'll sit it upstairs and I'll be downstairs, or it'll be downstairs. I'll be upstairs. My husband be done call me like, why ain't you answer the phone? I'm like, because it wasn't near
mm-hmm.
me. It was upstairs or whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
can do that now. But because, again, we come from a generation where, we existed before apps and stuff, and we
Right.
survived. So, but these future
And I ain't
generations,
talking about nothing
all they
anyway but what you doing. What
know.
you mean what I'm doing? Same thing I do every damn day. You know you coming home to me anyway. Had that 20-minute conversation. You gonna ask me what we doing, not,
Yeah.
you know,
But these
like you
generations
doing
now,
something.
that's all they know is social media and apps and stuff.
That
They
is.
like not to.
That's why I restrict most and all. Like
Mhm,
my daughter only got little games on there like crossword puzzles and stuff
mhm,
like that where she can expand her mind and challenge her mind in spelling
mhm,
than going on social media and be like, oh, what this girl talking about? Like, and that goes back to, what these other her peers, is teaching her on social media. Oh, girl, let me get on this TikTok. I'll be like, you better not be on there. Because if I
mhm.
find out you on it, that's your butt. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
because
they know not to
they,
get in
they friend could
her
have
video.
TikTok and then she doing videos with her friend on her friend's TikTok. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Who
so
doing that?
no, I'm saying that could happen. Not your daughter, because I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to tell her. I don't want to tell her, but I'm just saying, like some kids may not have the social media apps, but then they go
Right.
to school and their friends got it, so then they still end
Mhm.
up on there because they doing a TikTok with their friends, or
Yeah, that's true. I
So.
tell my mom, I say, girl, I'm a different breed. Because remember, my mom had 5 kids.
Mhm.
4 girls and 1 boy. But out of the girls, I'm a different breed because at the end of the day, because all my sisters, they don't really care what they do, what they sons and daughters are doing. If
Mm.
you on social media, made a TikTok and all that, I be like, what?
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah,
I'm like, nope.
yeah,
My daughter don't know nothing. And then when my mom was watching my daughters, they'd be like, yes, the Keisha kids, they stay their age. Yes. Because whatever age they are, they're going to stay their age. Now, I'm not saying my kids going to be dumb and lost in the sauce. I'm not saying that. Because they are going to be woke. Okay? Ain't that what they were saying now? Woke. They're going to be knowing what's going
but they,
They're
but
going to be knowing what's going on in the world. They
yeah.
just going to be smart about it.
Mm-mm.
But what was you going to say?
Look, I lost my train of thought because I started.
Damn.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's good that your kid. Oh, what I was going to say is it's good that your kids are being their age because it's
Yes.
the only time they ever going to be their age. Don't grow
Right.
up than you need to be because look, trust me, adulthood is not fun.
And I tell them that every time.
So listen, be a kid as long as you can be a kid because once you hit them adult, that's when that responsibility and everything come in, and it's curtains at that point. Unless you got
Right.
a game plan and stuff, and you kind of have like a plan where you're gonna follow your steps and stuff. But adulthood is not easy.
And they still won't eat us.
They still gonna need us. Like I said, I still call my mom. Yeah, they still gonna need us, but yeah, definitely try to stay a kid. Just wait till y'all, a teenager, at least if you want to get on these social media apps. And even then, it's still scary because, like you said, with the cyberbullying and the suicide and stuff,
Yep.
like that's scary. I wouldn't even know what I would do, if that was ever the case with my kids. And so that's why I try to
First
talk.
of all, I watch that type of stuff, and I only watch it because my background is criminology. But I watch it because there's clues. You know what I'm saying? And most of these parents who kids do go through, suicide or all that stuff that they learn, it's because the parents aren't active. Now, for example, the girl was going through some stuff. Okay, she was getting bullied, like you talked about, right? It started off cyberbully, and then he was telling about, oh yeah, you should kill yourself for this and that, third, right? So why, if you know that, okay? So then she was on social media. So the mom was like, you know what, get off of social media for a while. And then she was like, but mom, she had a friend or something, and the mom was cool with it, I guess, and that's when she allowed her back on social media. So when she let her back on social media, that's when everything was going down because then whoever was messaging her before found out she was back on there and started messaging her again. See, that's the problem. And then, so then after that, all that stuff kept going on, and they talking back and forth, and then she was allowing her to stay home. Now, at this point, the mom and dad already split up, so they was basically in two separate households. And so the mom, she had to go to work, but she left the daughter home. Well, by the time she got back home, her daughter already had killed herself.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. So why would, if you know your daughter is going through some stuff like that, why would you leave her alone? Why would you even allow her back on social media and give her a webcam and all that kind of crap when she was already dealing with that type of stuff?
Right. And it comes down to, like you said, being involved, being active, and knowing your child. Because if you know emotionally that she's vulnerable like that and it's easy to, if she's dealing with depression, anxiety, or whatever, that's easy for her to be persuaded like that. Like you said, why would you let her be back on social media?
Yep, she let her back on there.
You have to know your child.
You do.
Like you said.
And I don't know why I do know why. It's because they're not active parents. That's why they don't know their children.
And I get it because parenthood is hard. It's not easy.
It ain't easy.
It's not. And sometimes you're not truly prepared for parenthood because you don't know how your child is going to come out and stuff like that. You're navigating, you're taking it day by day. But again, it still comes down to knowing your child because if you know that emotionally they're not strong like that and things can easily bother them and take them down, then you got to monitor them and stay on top of them and watch their environment. Whether especially with social media, you have to monitor that.
But that's where it comes back. It always comes back to parenting. Like I'm laughing about it because it does. Because you just like, first of all, if you are not cut out to be a parent, don't have any kids. Because that's really what it is. And it can sound harsh and all this type of stuff. You can say whatever you want to say. But like I said, keep it cute or keep it on mute. Because, for real. Because
so it's definitely you got to kind of be prepared for it.
You do. And you got to, like, You don't even have to do your research, but if you want to do your research because once you have kids, that's an everyday situation.
Mm-hmm.
Can't give them back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you might get a little break, family member watching for a couple hours, whatever. You may even get a day. I mean, 1 hour, or the schools. Okay, because now you got the schools raising them too. Like I said before, you got them peers saying this and that and the third, and the social media and all that type of crap. So you really gotta be hands on with your kids. You just cannot let them do. I don't care if they get on your goddamn nerves. You cannot just be like, okay, go do whatever you want to do, and don't have those conversations, and let them be locked up in their rooms and do whatever. Because once they're locked up in their rooms and they bored, that's when all the trouble gonna start.
Exactly, because that curiosity kicking, and they end up somewhere they
With
should.
electronic.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they are doing those things, I do blame the parents because it has to be done. Like, it's the parent.
Mm-hmm.
It's the parent.
You got to know your child. And that's why I keep going back to that, because you do have to know your child. You have to pay attention.
And you got to trust. You got to build that trust, that foundation, that I believe you will do this, and I trust that you will do that. And communication. Communication is big, very big.
It is.
But yeah. So anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I don't know what we're going to do as far as the social media, because, like I said, these future generations, that's all they know. We know, a world and a time before all of that, but going forward, that's all these kids and and adults, because these kids are going to be the next adults raising their kids, so that's all they're going to know for these next generations is social media.
And I was going to go back to the parenting part because that like all the when they crying and they whining and this and that, all they do is hand them kids them phones or iPad or whatever, just so they can shut up. No, talk to them. Ask them questions. What's the matter with you? What's going on? How do you feel? You got to communicate those type of things. Not just be like, okay, here's electronic because they're quiet. That's what the problem is, because they're quiet and they're getting curious. No communication. You just let social media raise your kid.
Yep.
Now your kid that done turned into a teenager, then done turned into an adult. Now they acting crazy and looking crazy and doing crazy stuff. Like, for real.
Because of what they see, what they hear, what they learn.
Yeah.
Outside of you.
And like I said, I'd be damn if social media gonna raise my kids. Exactly. And that's why they act 7 and 10.
Exactly.
Because they not on it.
As they should.
And also, with these schools too, they do send home like, oh, you want your kids on social media? Oh, well, we do this and we do that. Do you want the full access to this? Sign those papers. Don't be just letting, they be like, okay, just let them have all of them. I'll be like, nope, they can't do this, but they can only do this for homework purposes. Other than that, no. They can't be on y'all Facebook, no. Nothing, nada.
But you have to be that way, so there's nothing wrong with it. More need to be
like that with my own family. Like, don't be posting, even with my dogs, girl. Don't post my dogs. Shoot. No. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, again, we're wrapping this up because this episode was basically on social media. How y'all feel about it? Comment below. Make sure y'all subscribe. What life is with Keisha Niche. Anything you got to add, girl?
No, just pay attention to your kids, because social media is crazy these days, and it's just gonna get crazier as time goes on. So definitely just be involved with your kids.
Yes. Because you was an 80 baby, right?
I was an 80s baby. Yes.
Yeah. We both was 80 babies. Yeah. So don't be trying to calculate our ages, but anyway.
I know my son asked me earlier, on what year you was born. Don't worry about it.
See, my kids already know our ages.
Like 19, they be like, "Oh, you old, 19. Like you was born before 2000? What?"
Yes.
19.
But yeah, I'm trying to calculate our ages. But at the end of the day, you just gotta just be better. Just be better. Just be hands-on and just do physical stuff. Like, take your kids to the park, okay? Don't just don't park them and let them on social media.
Right.
For real. Like, do some activities. That's how, too, these kids be getting obese because they just be go to school, sit home, eat, snack, and all they don't do no workout. These boys don't be going out playing with their dads. They don't play football. They don't do nothing. Like, no, let them run. Let them burn that energy because I don't know where they get this energy from, but yeah. Because when you become adult and you start adulting, some of that energy go down, okay? Because you need a little nap. But I ain't at that stage yet with a nap though. But
listen, I don't take no naps either. But I'll be like, I just need like a mustard seed of y'all energy, especially my youngest son.
yes,
That's all he do. I call him Speedy. That's the nickname because all he do is run. He can run.
well, see, I had a lot of energy with my oldest,
and he running everywhere.
Yeah, I worked up until like the day that I went into labor with her, but I definitely was lazy, and I think I made myself lazy with my second. Okay. I was like, I ain't doing all this. Because, girl, I was up there with a stroller in the cart. I was getting groceries, came home, put them away, cooked, cleaned. Girl, no. I was like, not doing this the second time. But yeah, anyway, back to social media. Yeah, just stay the hell off of it. Just make sure you subscribe to us, though, because we got positivity.
Right, because we're positive. So you can subscribe to us. We ain't give out the fake stuff.
Right. We just on opinions, and we just want y'all to agree or disagree. That's it. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was the quote of positivity. Okay, so stay off social media and watch our kids.
Keep your kids the hell off.
Right. And make sure y'all signing on papers and get them off of there. But peace and love like always, and we'll see you on next episode. See y'all.